Yo, what's going on, Pete? We back with another vid. It's not a preview or a match review. This is gonna be a season review because even though there's 3 games left, this season's pretty much done. I'm not gonna lie to you. But make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share. Big up the 4 subscribers, big your damn selves up every time. Let's get into this vid. Now, we'll start at the start of the season. We were flying, scoring loads of goals, racking up points. People are saying, "Oh, Tottenham might be in a title charge," and even in December, same thing, might be in a title charge. We weren't playing well in some games, but we were getting over the line. But we beat like Southampton, we beat Man United. We were doing a madness at the start of the season. Even against West Brom, we were not great, but we managed to get over the line. Harry Kane never had at the death, looking cozy up in first place. Then it came to the game against Liverpool in December. I think it was the 5th, and then from then, that's when it went downhill. Now in Syria, you're probably saying, "Oh, look, winter champions," but winter champions don't win no. There ain't no trophy for being a winter champion. It depends where you finish in May. That's when you get something for being a champion, not Christmas or December. So for me, ain't no big deal. You ain't hear me singing we're top of the league, because that can change at any minute, which it did from that game. And then from there, we just went down. And by January, February, we were like 6 and gasping for air, looking for a lifeline, and we did not get it. Now, obviously, some people will probably say the West Ham game, when we're 3-0 up, then they grabbed one, thought, "Oh, consolation, cool, no clean sheet," but ain't no surprise that defence, 10 minutes left, surely they can't get 2 goals. And of course, Tottenham, who want to be Santa Claus, like doing Christmas stuff, giveaways, they decided to give away 2 goals to West Ham in a derby and end up finishing 3-3. And I thought, it's a one-off. It's fine, it's cool. Whatever, we move, we take that. It's whatever. Ain't the end of the world. But again, that Liverpool game came, lost that, and then from then, never looked the same. Lost to Brighton, dropping points left, right, and centre. In Europa League, had an easy run in there for being real, and even that they couldn't get right. They still threw that away. 2-0 up in the first leg against Dynamo Zagreb. Didn't lay a glove on us in that first leg. We weren't even close. We weren't even a competition. We had like 60-something% possession. They probably had maybe 1 shot on target, if that. They weren't great. All we had to do was go to their place, get a goal, and then that was it. And while they're trying to come at us, hit them on the break and just keep the goals coming. But even that simple task, they couldn't do. We went there, negative football from the start, sideways, slow, predictable. They were playing like they needed 1 goal just to kill it off, but they needed at least 3. And Mourinho, obviously, you think has some tactical nous and will switch things up, because the last few games it's not been working what he's been doing, but he's stubborn, stuck to his ways, and eventually it's cost him and got us knocked out of the cup. They went and got 2 goals, 2-2 at full time. Extra time comes, they grab another goal, and that's when we decided to wake up and realize we're in a game, and then we try and push for the 1 goal that we needed from the start that we couldn't get in the 90 minutes. So it's just been a shit season, and Mourinho was never the right fit for this team, because he's defensive. And when you have a defense like we do, with Eric Dyer and Sanchez, who he was using a lot before he decided to bring Alderweireld back in the situation and Roden in the fold, them 2 are not great. Eric Dyer is probably worth 15 million max. That's even though he signed a new contract. He's still worth 50 million. Even if he signed a 10-year deal, he'll be worth 15 million. It will not increase his rate. It will still be the same. There's no inflation on him signing a new contract. Sanchez, same thing. If he signed a new deal, he'll still be worth 10 million. He ain't worth more than 10. Maybe he's worth 10 to 15, and Dyer's probably worth 10 to 15. No, he'll be worth 15 to 20 because he's English. Let's be real. But if any club plays that, then I will take it. I will snatch a hand off if you offer 20 million for Eric Dyer. Because for me, he's not worth it, and you're overpaying, and who am I to judge? Take that and put it into someone else in this team. And then fast forward, get to a final, Carabao Cup. The Super League thing comes up, which alone was a bit of a shock when I saw Tottenham's name in it. I had to rub my eyes several times to make sure that I wasn't seeing things, that it did say Spurs and not something else. And I'm thinking, how Tottenham is how are they a super team? How are they in the Super League? We can't even compete against Fulham, Brighton, Wolves, and them man there. How are we going to compete against Bayern Munich, Real Madrid and Barcelona? Well, not Bayern Munich because they said no, but Real Madrid and Barcelona and Atletico and all these teams. And Juventus, how? We're going to get slapped in week in, week out, we're going to get slapped about and finish bottom of the league. But obviously, that big stadium, again, that's what this is now. It's just business and making money. It's not about fans winning, it's just about money. Don't care where you end up as long as money's involved. And us being in that Super League, it definitely showed me that's where this club was going. And they're just trying to ruin football and ruin this club. My club has never been a club that's been about, oh yeah, let's just go and get the bag. Obviously, back then we weren't competing, but when Potts came in, we were competing for top four, competing in semi-finals, finals, at least trying to do something. Now, that's just gone out the window. Don't give a shit. And we get to the final against Man City, and a few days before, they sacked Mourinho. Now, obviously, there's people on both sides, people saying you should have waited till after the final, at least, or end of the season. Some people saying he had to go, so get it over with. He had to go regardless. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, they should have gave him time. He could have done something. He's had a whole season now, and he's not made any changes. If anything, he's made his team worse with his boring, dead, negative football. But I don't know. I think he should have went anyway. The final, the way we were playing, we weren't going to win it anyway, for me. So, you might as well sack him. But, he put in Ryan Mason. Cool, he used to play for Tottenham. If that's what it takes to be a manager at Tottenham now, then we're finished. Coming through the academy and playing for Tottenham, that's what it takes. Then, you might as well give Harry Kane player manager then. At least he's doing something. Ryan Mason didn't do anything apart from he was like Harry Winks before Harry Winks. I think that's a good comparison. He was just in there, didn't score, didn't get assists. He was just there, passenger. And if that's what it takes, then we're done at here. And this club has no aspirations to do anything other than just stay in the Premier League, it seems. That's the objective, to stay in the Premier League, try to get top 6, try to get top 4, but that's it. If you can get to a final in FA Cup, League Cup, then cool, but top 4, somewhere in the top 6, there or thereabout, that would do it. And for me as a fan, I want to see that. I want to at least have a goal trying to win the league, try and win a cup, because we need some silverware. Us winning that little Carling Cup in 09 and FA Cup in 91 is nowhere near good enough. And then you got people trolling us talking about the Audi Cup. What the hell's an Audi Cup? That ain't nothing. That's a pre-season thing. We don't want that. We want a real competitive trophy. So, and because we beat Bayern Munich, everyone was excited. And like, mate, It's not competitive. Bayern Munich were even trying. If they wanted to, they would have slapped us about. Let's play them now in a competitive game and see what happens. Let's play their B team. Let's play the under 21s and see what happens. So I'm not trying to hear any of that. But this club needs a revamp. Owner needs to come out. We need to get a fan of Tottenham that's got money to come in and sort this club out, because right now it is sinking. This chairman, out. He don't want to spend money like it's his money. He just wants to naggle and haggle over money. Get out. And for me, if these things don't happen, like you see Daniel Ek at Arsenal trying to buy it because he's a fan, he's even trying to bring in legends. That's the right way to do it. We need a fan to come with some legends, like maybe Gerald Lineker, Paul Gascoigne's, and try to do something, because where we're going now with this team, these said day players, then we ain't gonna progress. We're probably gonna finish around where we are now next season or lower. And if they try to bring in Ryan Mason, which I heard, Gareth Southgate, Graham Potter, then we could be 12th or probably fighting relegation, because they're not good enough. And if Harry Kane leaves, who's gonna score the goals? And obviously there's gonna be a domino effect, and then Son's gonna leave, Delhi, then all your players are gonna leave, and then what do you do then? These are the kind of players you need to build a team around. Not get them out and then try to build a whole new team. Ain't gonna happen. We're gonna be where we were all those years ago, 12th, 15th. We'd be looking at Newcastle and Brighton, trying to stay afloat. And it ain't good enough. We've wasted so many years of this good team and won nothing. Harry Kane should leave. If someone comes and offers money, decent money, because he's still got about 4 years left, take the money, Harry Kane, let him leave, because you don't deserve to be in this club. You don't score 200 goals for your club and have no trophy to show for it. That's disgraceful. Not for him, because he's got 200 goals and that's a big accomplishment. So big up Harry Kane for that. But as a club, to have no trophy for it as a team, unacceptable. There's players that ain't scored a single goal and won trophies, or they scored one goal for their club and won a trophy. And this man has scored 200 and he's won nothing. So if Levy don't shake this team up, get rid of all the deadwood like Sissoko, Winks, Dyer, Sanchez. I love Alderweireld. Maybe we keep him as a squad player, but he ain't good enough. Ben Davis, Doherty, Aurier, all those dead men. Don't get them out of this club and bring in some younger and more hungry players. Then we're finished. And there ain't no way you're going to turn it around otherwise. And then they have the cheek to send me an email talking about mattresses. I'm thinking, huh? Are these men alright? It can't be a Tottenham fan that runs these pages, like social media and sending out emails. It can't be. Because you're posting videos of them training, but we know they don't do all this stuff that they apparently do in training. They don't do it on match day. It's still the same boring sideways football. I've not seen no one-touch passing. I haven't seen none of that two-touch, nothing. It's just one touch back, two-touch sideways. That's it. If you show me that in training, then at least I can say, you know what, they're using what they do in training on match day. But don't show me them putting stuff in top bins and whatever else. They don't do it in the game. So it's irrelevant. I don't care what you do in training. Do it on the pitch. That's where it counts. That's where you get your points. But I digress. They're telling me about the mattress, and I'm thinking maybe they could see the football so boring. Maybe they think we need new mattresses so we can have something nice and cozy to fall asleep to while we're watching the game, because it's so boring. And if that's the case, then cool. Good PR, good promotion. But I don't want to be bored watching my team. I want to be thrilled and excited like back in the days. We weren't great, but at least going forward, we'll play some good football. That's all gone. that ethos is out of the window. Now it's just settle for top 6, play boring football, and whatever happens is what happens. It seems like they just let the handbrake off and they just push the car, push it, and no one's steering it, no one's telling the wheel. They just push it, and wherever it ends up, hey, that's where it is. And right now they pushed it and they pushed it off a cliff, and our season is done, this team is done, owner's done, chairman done. They don't fix this team, then my God, I'm not looking forward to next season. Now me, I don't like roller coasters. If I go to the theme park, I don't want to be holding the bags, holding the phones, ain't going on no ride. And with this Tottenham team, I think I don't need to go on a ride because they're going to take me to Thorpe Park, Chessington, Alton Towers, all of them in that one season. Trust me. So as Tottenham fans, buckle up because we're going to be in for one bumpy ride, and I hope we lot are ready. I'm ready. I'm preparing myself now. Once the season's done, I'm going to mentally prepare myself because it's going to be an absolute roller coaster, and expect a snore fest in there because the football will be boring depending on what manager comes in. If it ain't a manager that's got a good attacking football, then expect to be bored to death. And that's where we are right now as a club. I don't even recognise this club or this team because these are the same players that Poch had, and they were playing much better than this. Counter-attacking was devastating and quick. Now it's slow. Like by the time they decide to get to the opposition half, the team's already regrouped and ready to defend. So they have to go back and sideways. It ain't good enough. I'm sorry, it's not. Players like that at your disposal you've been a lot better with. And the only players I probably say I'll keep are Kane, if he wants to stay, Son, Dele, Højbjerg, and Domblé, and I will keep the Reece. Now, even though Lamela and Lucas have been good this season, they're not going to take us to the next level. They're not good enough. And Bergwijn, not good enough for me. He's had a whole season now, and it ain't been great. The only thing I remember him doing is scoring that banger against Man City. Other than that, and against Man United, he got a goal. Other than that, he ain't done nothing since he's been here. So I think we've got to cash out. If we get no money for him, take it and get him out. No more passengers. Let's not buy these dead players like Sissoko, Winks, and the man there. Not good enough. Aurier, no. Doherty, definitely not the answer. And Dion Sanchez, ridiculous. Definitely not. But that is my quick summary. It ain't been a good season, so there ain't really a lot to break down and digest. I've pretty much summed up the whole season in what's this, 18 minutes and 24 seconds. So it shows you how shit the season's been. But what can we do? We've got 3 games left. If we make top 5, top 6, whatever it is, I might drop a little reload and an update on this. But from what I've been witnessing the last few weeks, ain't looking likely. We still got to play Wolves, we got to play Villa, and last day we got Leicester away, and I saw how they done Man United, even though he made that 10 changes Solskjaer, but still we couldn't compete with that. But it is what it is. Anyway, if you made it this far, big yourselves up, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment, and as always, make sure you wash your hands. If you can't wash them, sanitize them, keep your distance, 2 meters. It's soon going to ease up again on the 17th of May here in England, but you still got to follow the procedures and do what you got to do to stay safe, not just for yourselves, but for your family and everyone around you. And most important, unless you're exempt, wear your damn mask. And the next vid will be the preview for our next game, which I believe is on Saturday. I think it's Wolves. So look out for that. And obviously the player ratings, review, all that shit drops after as always. But until then, big your damn selves up. Big up the 4 subscribers like I said at the start. And to the next vid, I'm getting out of here. Peace.